so inspirational. I think this is such a wonderful platform. Yes, I didn't know how to cook because I had presumed I would be married, in a traditional way in India. And, I just love to eat. I didn't love to cook.
And then,
And then ended up marrying someone who was teaching at Cambridge University. Arranged marriages happened very quickly in my family. I met him, and then within 3 months, I was in Cambridge. And he told me he could cook. A very, very liberal, very laid back man told me, I don't believe in gender roles. I will look after you. I will feed you. You don't have to worry. Because I told him I don't know how to cook. He didn't say he was a very average cook, very average, and only could make one thing. And then, because of the crazy Oxbridge system, he ate all his
yeah.
meals in college and left me to eat the same food for 1 week. And that, I think, was the worst days of my life.
And then, Asma, you actually saw while you were at Cambridge a school quite close to where you lived, where you would see Indian nannies who would be looking after European children come to this school. You got talking to these women, and they became part of your incredible journey. I don't want to give away the story, I want you to tell our audience.
Yes, this was actually when we moved to London and my children were going to the school opposite. Uh, I saw, because I live in a very, very, at that time, a very French area. Of course, now because of Brexit, everything changes. But it was a very French area, and I noticed these women who were clearly looked like me and were looking after children and were living in. And I knew that I understood from my own experience when I moved to Cambridge the absolutely debilitating isolation you feel. Barkha, I'm talking about 30 years ago. Now you can Skype your dog in Delhi if you want. But at that time, I wrote letters. So, the sense of uprooting was very intense. We've all forgotten what it's like, when you wrote letters, going home was expensive. We made 3-minute calls. People my age, I'm 52, do remember that time of, not being in touch. So I saw these women and realized this is exactly what's happening to them. But they were initially very hesitant when I invited them to my house. Yeah, like they wouldn't sit on my dining table chair. They kept standing and having chai. I said, we'll all sit on the floor. And if you don't want to sit on my chair, I'll sit on the floor. Because of the kinds of class, caste divisions that they were carrying with them as baggage from India, they didn't feel comfortable sitting and talking to me. But very soon that evaporated. We developed a very close relationship. And when I decided to do supper clubs in my house, which is like a kind of dinner in my own house, I invited them not to come and help me, but to eat, because I knew that they missed Indian food. And I said, there's, of course, I like all Indians, who cook too much. I said, you take the leftovers and you can eat. And that's how this relationship started. And Darjeeling Express, I know a lot of people look at me and think I am Darjeeling Express. I am nothing. I stand on the shoulders of giants. It is these women who came in, who developed this close relationship and bond and gave me that feeling that yes, sab ho jayega, hum log kar lenge. This enthusiasm, this belief, they are the power behind everything that has happened in my life. And I take them on every journey. When I signed my contract, when we went on the building sites, I gave them the authority to decide on how things are. And we are a very close collective. We celebrate every festival, Eid, Holi, Diwali, and all the Nepali festivals that they have, because half my team is of Nepali origin. And this sense of, joy that we have, for us, it is not a business. It is a sense of actually being home. We have all created a home in this kitchen, in this business.